Chapman's ex. It's the same girl, and it's people are just already saying that this girl might be instigating, and they better be careful with that.
Wait, is it the same woman?
No, it's not the same woman. It's just supposedly the same friend. Like, the same woman was friends with Chapman's wife, and friends with Russell's wife, which is not. It doesn't make sense how both top Cubs players got in trouble for domestic violence.
So you're saying that the women, right, are trying to do some grimy snit.
Yeah, they're trying to do some grimy shit, because once you're up and high up, you never hear that shit about baseball players. They get all these fucking contracts, and then just a little separation, a little argument, the friend would just fucking lie about it, go like, you know what, make a lie that she fucking tried to stab you or something. Well, Chapman did pull a gun on his ex-wife.
That ain't cool. What they trying to get? Cash? They trying to get cash or Instagram followers?
Dude. Cash, bro. You know, shit, dude. How much money do fucking baseball players get paid, bro?
A lot.
Alright then, you see.
Nobody watches baseball, yet they get paid more than that.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results. If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one,
get these dudes down, man.
Then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
I think it's ex-wife now. He did admit he did do it, but that was because.
Now then, where to begin?
Slapped? No, wait. No, she slapped him, and then and then they found out that it was her friend. They found out that she was texting her friend,
the one who killed Sakura,
and the friend was giving her advice how to start a whole argument with him that would make him go violent.
Or hero. It was one of you.
Listen.
Idiot.
Okay. Alright.
I had nothing to do.
Addison Russell and Snit. Alright.
Yeah! I didn't do shit either. No way!
Chapman didn't do the snit that he was accused of, not most of it, I bet.
I don't want to hear your stupid excuses.
No, because the female was instigating the whole thing, so these girls get.
I'm telling you, man, trying to get the Instagram followers, man. That's how you do it.
See, that's why people say fuck bitches, get money.
It was one of you.
Exactly.
One of you killed Sakura.
Exactly.
And what reason do you have for saying
if you're a console peasant, then...
Because you all had a motive. You hated her.
If you're a guy that plays on the PS4 or Xbox One, I mean...
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
That's low. That's about as low
yeah, you heard
as
that, Flash?
Yeah.
Fuck consoles.
Consoles are for punks.
It was
Big punks.
Well, I mean, they do got Red Dead Redemption too, man. I mean, we're never gonna get that again.
Not for a while, I guess.
I mean, they should release it for PC. Imagine the modifications for the horses. I mean, you can make them look more like a beast, man. Fucking steroids and shit.
I saw a thumbnail for a video of the KKK Red Dead Redemption 2. Okay.
one of you
Bro,
killed
it is
Sakura.
back in the fucking that era.
And what reason do you have for saying so?
Yeah.
Because you all had a motive.
A YouTuber got his channel taken down because he punched a feminist
that doesn't make any sense.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
It's a fucking video game, man. I mean, you play GTA 5.
It's about as low as you can
there's two
get.
white guys and one black main guy is black. I mean, white people don't talk shit about that. Why is there only two white people and there one black guy being the main character?
Not enough whites.
City, you run over black people, white people, Asians, Hispanics, and nobody says a shit. But
It was one of
you
you.
punch a woman in the game.
One
Oh
of
my
you
god,
killed
it's
Sakura.
fucking wrong. I mean, hello,
reason do you
GTA
have for
5,
saying
you
so?
basically do worse
Because you
shit
all had a motive.
in there.
You hated her.
Is that it? That doesn't.
That's the only reason you have her accusing us?
You can stick a sticky bomb into one of those fucking idiots and blow him up and yeah, you fucking bitch about a woman getting punched in the game. Come on.
Another reason you
Well,
suspect them is because Sakura
you know.
wanted to meet with them, right?
I'm telling you, it's all these fucking
Yeah,
liberals, bro.
and that was right before she died.
Like a nice, soft liberal to cuddle up to.
So there's no doubt about it. One of those
What?
three killed her.
I don't know, man. I mean, this is one of the first times that I've heard of some person like, you know, targeting somebody in a fucking game or some shit. But he was probably doing it just to be funny or whatever.
Yeah, he was doing like, killing a feminist with my fist. Pushing her through to the gators, fucking, what was the other one? Oh,
The fact that
tying her up
Sakura
to the
wanted to
train
meet with
track.
all three of them, there's no way that's not
I mean-
suspicious. One of you is
Is that even-
absolutely guilty.
I don't
I mean, you
deny
can work
that she
shit in
wanted to
time like
meet
I
with
said in
us, but
GTA 5.
I never went to see her.
I mean, at
I
least.
didn't either.
You be fucking frank when you pick
same
up
here.
somebody
I never
for
saw
a
her.
fair. It could be a girl, a guy. You shoot him in the
There's
head
no
and
way none
you
of
fucking
you
go,
went.
ha ha ha. And I mean,
At least one of you is lying.
At least, what was I gonna say? Oh, like he got his account deleted and it came back, so, at least, yeah, fuck.
The fact that Sakura wanted to meet with all, there's no way that's not one of you is absolutely.
I don't deny that she wanted to meet with us. I never went to see her.
there was a channel that was taken down because the guy was
Yeah,
playing.
same here. I never
He
saw her.
made it from MLB
No,
again.
it's wrong.
And he was playing as the Cleveland Indians because I guess that's his
Hero,
favorite. He got.
When we were talking before, you dropped a small
And-
piece of paper, remember?
I think one of the sound
It
effects
was
came
white
out for the
with red
Cleveland
polka
Indians,
dots.
and his channel got taken down.
What's that got to do with anything?
I mean, I haven't seen the video or anything. I wanted to see, like, or hear what he said while...
That's gotta be the rapper from the candy I gave Sakura.
Man, this is some good fucking shit for Rockstar, bruh.
No,
the shit
it's-
talked about.
They're not even getting shit talked about because somebody
Ever since
said,
we got
somebody
into the
actually brought up
warehouse,
the
I
whole
totally
situation with
monopolized that entire
GTA 5
box
that
of candy. So there's no way a single one of them was left in the warehouse.
Michael's daughter's
In that case,
a
Hero,
fucking
where did you
sexual.
get that piece of candy?
That's jailbait right there, baby.
Yeah,
And they made it look like
It's
super
the only
slutty where
explanation.
people will be like, oh damn, like,
you shall be eradicated.
Well,
all these fucking
I mean,
soft ass
yeah,
motherfuckers.
sure I
don't
got it
deserve
from her, but
Well,
she gave it to me forever ago. It doesn't have anything to do with what happened to her.
When did she give it to you?
Femme
The last time you saw Sakura was
It is
when Hina
2018,
had to
bro,
go to
and
the
it's
nurse's
weird.
office, right?
If you open
Yeah,
a
so
door for
I
a
must have
woman,
got it
some of them get
sometime
mad,
before
some
then.
of them don't. It's just like, alright then, fuck you. You fucking open your own door. And then they bitch about it because you're being... It's like, make up your mind, you crazy bitch.
Yeah,
Today, I
Yeah.
shit.
I'm not sure
I
about
can
that,
open the
Hero.
door by myself, alright? I don't need your faggot ass to help me.
Hina didn't actually give Sakura the candy until
And then if you
after
let
she
her
left
go
the
out the
nurse's
door, they
office.
get mad because you didn't hold it.
So
I mean,
if that was the last time you saw her, there's no reason you should have had that candy.
Damn it!
This is where you if you got a sister, a little sister or something, a sister go like, you know, don't be like them. That's fucking being disrespectful.
Oh, that's right!
Being
I did meet up with her in the rec room. You got a problem with that?
Yeah.
just a norm that people do is being polite, being who you're supposed to be
But we
to the
just
world.
talked.
Where
That's
you
all.
know,
I didn't do anything. You
it
gotta
shows that
believe me.
you have morals.
Well, you know,
You're acting
there's some
incredibly
people like
suspicious.
men, right? Men want to be the alpha man and
You're acting incredibly
show
suspicious.
that masculinity, but you know, women these days too, you know, they want to show that they're powerful too, and sometimes it takes being like, fuck off, I don't want you to hold the door for me.
It's not just normal hostility. You're the real
Show
culprit.
that.
I even have proof.
Proof? What are you talking about?
But how's it been,
I'm
Flash?
talking
Man,
about
I mean, you
her
haven't been here
shining
for like
message.
what, like a year?
Honestly, sounds about right.
You know we got new admins, right?
Huh?
You know we got new admins, right?
At the scene of the crime,
Oh, really?
she had written out Toko in her own blood, right?
I think he's gonna fucking cringe on the ones if you meant.
Oh god, what the fuck is crazy about? Who did he?
It was her
Wow.
dying message. Just like what you
Give
guys
him
were
the
talking
list
about with
from the
Sayaka.
girls and then the guys.
Oh, Stella Clark,
That's true. I saw it for myself.
Snorkel,
See? Toko did it!
Mug Christy Edge, Messed Up Smiley, Giants Weed.
What are you saying? No way! I didn't do it!
Who else? Music Box.
You just don't know when you're beat, do you?
Yeah.
Hero, hold on.
Yeah, I think so. Oh, and Disco's still pending.
When did you see that
Still
dying
waiting on
message of
Disco,
hers?
though.
Huh?
Whenever that'll be.
Well,
Yeah,
when we found
fucking
Ogre's
Marcus
body.
really got admin
Duh.
about that.
Yeah, little Tank was looking for the punchline after we.
But if you recall, Hina was very adamant about keeping you away from the scene of the crime. So it's hard to believe that's when you actually saw the message for yourself.
I got it! Kyoko, you found the magazine on the magazine shelf, right?
Crazy shit, huh? I got this guy up to a
That's
200% and I still
Right.
can't hear.
I found the magazine with the dying message on it.
Yeah, Flash got his mic 22 feet away, bruh.
I found it
Yeah.
right there at the scene of the crime,
the-
after we started the investigation.
Almost like Banana Ghost.
If that's true,
Back then.
then what Hiro just said doesn't really make sense, does it?
Doesn't make sense? What doesn't make sense? Everything I said makes perfect sense.
I bet he's sad about Marcus Reed. Well, he knew that Marcus Reed was gonna get admin because he was fucking kissing ass.
You know,
You're gonna say yeah.
you know.
I can
kinda
tell you
knew, I guess.
exactly when I found the dying message.
Kind of knew.
When Ogre's body was discovered.
Because he was doing fucking all
And
this
I can tell you when I found the dying
Wikipedia
message.
shit.
It was only after
He was
the
trying to fucking
investigation had
form his
begun.
own group to
I
get
found
on
the
the.
magazine
I
tucked
mean,
away
come
on the
on.
magazine
That was
shelf.
ass kissing.
When I pulled it out, I saw her final
Yes.
words.
What's your problem?
Whatever.
As my mom said to me one time, you gotta kiss ass before you can lick it. I don't know what that means, but...
I think she was giving you advice that you had to kiss the girl's ass, and then you had to fucking kiss ass before you could lick that ass.
Oh no.
You never heard the term you gotta kick it before you lick it?
What I said makes total sense!
Now I have.
Hey, you need to kick it to the girl and then you can lick it.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message.
But,
when Ogre's body was discovered.
Exactly.
And then because you said you gotta kiss ass before you lick it, right? That's what she said.
Yes.
Well, and there is the same fucking shit.
In some way, yeah.
It was only after the investigation had begun I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense! I'm
surprised Valerius is not here.
The dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
That's because he said we had to save the night right there. You see it right there.
Shoot!
The gate you just said there.
No, he's just come suck
exactly when I found the dying. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message.
It was only after I found the magazine when I pulled it out.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense! I can tell you exactly
when Ogre's body was discovered.
Just did that.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Ah. Shit, kind of fucking pocket trash.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Did you call me?
Who's still here? Who comes in often or not?
Shoot!
Big, World.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
And I can tell you when I found the dying message.
Banana Bowls.
It was only after the investigation had begun. I found the magazine
Backfired when he wants to talk about
shelf.
football and talk shit to the Patriots.
Final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Everybody else is just online there looking out.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
I'm waiting for Ludi Fizzo to come back in the chat or fucking Caesar, but Caesar's like one of those guys that thinks some lottery is gonna happen and then he...
on the magazine shelf. When I pulled it out, I saw her final words.
What's your problem? What I said makes total sense.
Oh yeah, then you get Crooked Cop or his brother in here too, or...
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
Sometimes Tommy, but I mean...
Shitcocks.
Shoot!
I can tell you exactly when I found
when Ogre's body.
And I can tell you it was only after the
I found the magazine tucked away on the magazine shelf.
It died.
When I pulled it out. I saw her final words.
Update.
What's your problem?
When they nerfed the cop tanks.
I can tell you exactly when I found the dying message. When Ogre's body was discovered.
No, it's wrong.
Ass team, I mean, only thugs.
When Sakura's body was found, that magazine was sitting on the shelf nearby.
Arrow, Crazy Man, General Price,
and Crazy Gyro.
That's where Kyoko found it, after we'd begun the investigation. And you weren't at the murder scene, so there's no way you could have seen it then. Tell us the truth, Hiro. When did you see the message?
Hold on! You're focusing on the wrong part! Why does it matter when I saw it? All you gotta do is read the Vienna sausage Ogre left us, and we know who the killer is! Toko!
I don't even know where to begin with that one. He's just trying to confuse us.
Actually, can we even be sure Sakura wrote that message in the first place?
Yeah? I think we can all agree Ogre wrote that message.
Oh, I heard that fucking stupid song.
100%! Without a doubt, she wrote it! And this is me talking, so you know it's true!
What lyrics left this on? Cox.
Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. Show me the proof. I'm at least 30% right. The occult is bullcrap. The end is nigh. I'm at least 30% right. Conspiracy. The end is nigh. Can't hear you, can't hear you. Show me the proof.
This should prove it.
Yeah. Fucking Vega.
I'm completely unconvinced that Sakura wrote that dying message. Because
also, from all those clips I sent you, which one you're gonna use?
Certainly written using a finger.
The Cholo one.
Both of her hands were completely free.
Alright.
What?
Right as the breaking news comes in at the end, I guess.
Who did write it?
Hiro could very well have written it himself. That would explain how he knew about the message in the first place.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
That would be awesome, though.
He admits it!
I figured as much.
So what you been up to, Flash, man? You like come and go and...
But why would you write something like that?
Been working, man. Work, no time. Work, party, and fucking sleep.
Because...
You still work at AT&T, man?
Yeah, I work there part-time, and then I have another job.
Because I killed her!
Okay, not good.
Stacking papers, that's all that matters, though.
Yeah, like, I've been seeing your Snapchat that you go with the party shit, man.
New York, expensive.
Yeah, man, always.
Please, just let me explain what happened. I got Ogre's note, and so I headed to the Red Room right before noon.
I barely have time to like even game anymore, honestly. And just like get home and watch an episode and then fall asleep and then.
You just did exactly as the note asked. Yeah. What a fool.
After that's done, I'm going out to the bar or some shit or some party and then sleep.
And when I got there,
pretty much like repeat after.
And that's all she
said. Well, at least you're not one of those guys that wants to get a Porsche.
In awkward silence. Suddenly, I heard her mutter something.
It's Blair's right there.
Sounds like the type of guy that would want a Porsche.
I was telling them, I got a guy that he's black. He watches my stream. He says a nigger never wants a Porsche, either a Lexus or a Mercedes.
So of course I freaked out, and then I saw my only chance.
I think a Porsche is too much for a car, man.
From the shelf and smashed it across her head.
Don't make Beliers come in here and start yelling.
I hit her from behind before she had any idea what was happening.
Even a Mercedes and a Lexus is fucking expensive to get it.
Just went limp. I didn't see her move again after that. Once it was over, I pulled myself together. I realized if I didn't do something, I'd be caught and executed. So I wrote Toko's name in blood across a magazine on the table and I ran away.
I can't believe you! You're the worst! I hope you die!
Well, that's what happened. Go ahead. Roast me, boil me, do whatever you want.
You're not gonna get off that easy. It's death. Death for the one that killed Sakura. We're ready to vote now, right? We know who did it.
No, I think there's more to Hiro's story.
What are you talking about? What else could there be?
There's one thing that Hiro's story just now doesn't explain. And until we figure that part out, we can't consider the case closed.
So, Amazon HQ2 is looking for a city, which will create 50,000 jobs.
That's true. Everything you just said.
Wait, what's Amazon?
It doesn't explain why the magazine
They're
is
gonna
here,
open a
does
HQ2, a second headquarters. They got Chicago, they got LA, they got some cities in Florida, some in Texas, one in Connecticut. They got one in New York, and then some other states got some.
Then stick it somewhere we might not find it.
Amazon everywhere, bro. Soon they're gonna get their own trucks and snip.
Well, I
They do got their own trucks,
sure,
bro.
I just left it sitting there on the table.
Ah.
Really?
I thought it was soon.
He's lying! He's gonna be lying!
Don't you see the Amazon trucks delivering?
Not yet, no.
I don't see
Oh,
any
in Chicago,
reason he would
you
lie
don't
now,
see that.
after
They're
already
on
confessing
U-Hauls
to the crime.
because this is gonna sound racist, but fucking black people are the main cause that those Amazons they have to rent U-Hauls because they keep doing traffic violations like
one
idiots.
other person was in the rec room both before and after the incident.
I don't
They don't know
think
how
there's
to
any
drive.
question
They
about that.
run stop sign. They blow stop signs, red light.
Who was it?
I mean, shit.
I gotta do 60 past
If they went to the trouble of hiding the magazine,
it's the bigger. I join and the first thing I hear is Cox.
they must not have liked what was written on it.
Thanks, dude.
I got it! It had to be Toko, right?
You got a list, bro.
You have a list, faggot.
Who else would want to hide the magazine other than the person whose name was written on it?
Is he right, Toko? Did you really go to the rec room? Why would I have... Wait, but more important... That doesn't even matter. We already know who did it, right? Hiro just admitted it.
That's right. I killed her.
No, you didn't.
Who asked you?
I don't doubt Hiro attacked Sakura with the bottle. But that's not where this case ends.
What do you mean?
What the fuck, man? Nothing's good on.
What he means is that
No, you
Hiro
dumb
isn't
bitch.
the killer.
It wasn't fraudulent.
You can't be serious. That's just... I don't believe it.
Hiro, tell us what happened one more time. If we go through it once more, it should become clear he's not Sakura's killer.
So... what do you want me to do?
Just tell us what happened one more time when you attacked Sakura.
I don't really see why, but okay.
Fucking the governor of Florida's making them recount votes.
It's a close race, man. They gotta do that again.
They were saying in Florida,
I didn't want to. But
the cities where the main colleges are at voted Democrat, and how they turned into Republicans when everybody voted Democrat.
Could do anything.
You hit her from behind, and you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yeah, just once.
See, this is what you have to do it old school, bro. Fucking on paper, fucking make check marks, you know, and like that you'll know that you can't fucking change the vote. People want to use the computers and, you know, should do shit like.
I didn't want to, but you both did it. I grabbed a Monokuma bottle from the shelf nearby.
You're still gonna count the electronic ones because it comes out as a receipt, so you have to count those, and it's gonna be stick counting.
Who voted here? Who voted?
I did.
Everybody voted. Everybody.
Wait, I think Ricard did not vote. She didn't say anything about
I'm Big Daddy.
Ah. What a faggot.
Yo, Russian, I'm Big Mommy. Come and suck my breath.
Oh no.
This is what you get for changing my fucking name. Big Mommy.
Oh no.
Yo, are you going to be my fucking name?
And you only hit her once. Is that right?
Yo, no.
Just once.
And yo, I don't want no big this or big that. Change my name to Jimmy.
What about little dick?
You should know because I was inside of you. Russian.
No, what's wrong?
Yo, Vega should know because I was inside of it.
Hey.
If Sakura
Remember
died
when I went
from
to
Hero's
Vega
single blow,
in September?
that
I was
doesn't
inside of
explain why
Vega.
she had 2 head wounds.
Oh, you were in Vegas. Vegas.
And I was in Vega.
That's right. She had 2 separate wounds on her head.
There you go. There you go. Somebody change your name or
bodies as a hobby. Personally, I'm inclined to believe her.
But I only hit her once. How could she have 2
fucking name! You go boxing guy! Yo, I'm Big Mommy! Come and stop my
means she was struck twice. What's more, both attacks must have come from a Monokuma bottle.
Flashes here, man.
Shut the fuck up and change my name to Boleros.
Hold on. How can you know that just from some cuts on her head?
Or change my name is either to Big Boy. Call me Big Boy.
Nah, man, you can't take the Outcast rapper's name in.
She was
Big
attacked
Boy.
twice with 2
But
Monokuma
what about Big
bottles?
Daddy?
It's not just because of her head wounds. It's also
Yo,
because
Big
of the
Daddy, your mom's
Monokuma bottles
spaghetti.
themselves. There's something very
Don't let that
suspicious
fucking
about
monkey
those
laugh,
bottles.
bitch.
Once you understand that point, you'll understand why
Okay, how
2
about now?
separate Monokuma bottles must have been used. Think back. After the incident,
Fuck you!
there were 4
I am
Monokuma bottles left on
Jamaican!
the shelf,
Oh, you're
right?
Mexican! You're American! You
And we
can't!
found pieces of a bottle on the ground, along with the chess piece it had inside.
That was the bottle
Yo,
Hero
that's
hit
I wish I had
Sakura
more.
with,
You know
right?
what? I wish I actually had more Jamaican
For now, just
community
note
here.
that there were 4
And I'll bet
intact
they'll
bottles
just
and 1
fucking laugh
broken
at you.
bottle.
Because all joke, bro. We don't take seriously. We don't take things
But
seriously
originally,
down
there were
here
6
or
bottles
down
in
there.
total,
You want to
meaning
explore
1 has
down
gone
there?
missing.
Hey.
I'm gonna ask
How
those 2
can you know
guys
for sure
that
there
are
were
black if
6
they're Jamaicans,
bottles?
and I'll invite them here one day.
Yo,
That's easy.
Like, yo, you want to visit us down here? You want to visit
look at
down
what the
there?
bottles all had in common, it should become clear.
It's a magical world down there.
Chess piece, yes.
Now I understand.
Jume can't.
That's it. The chess pieces.
It's a nice name.
You like it, Blair?
Inside each bottle, there was a Monokuma figure holding a different chess piece.
King, rook, bishop, pawn. I definitely remember seeing each of those.
And the piece that was inside the broken bottle we found was... the knight, if I remember.
So, what's that matter?
I guess you don't know too much about chess, do you? Then let me explain. In chess, there are 6 different pieces. The king, the queen, the rook, knight, bishop, and pawn. What was left intact at the crime scene were the king, rook, bishop, and pawn. Just those 4.
Yo, below.
And on the ground was the knight.
Hey, soy boy.
So the queen is missing.
So we only have evidence for 5 bottles at the scene, while one apparently went missing.
What does chess have to do with anything?
Yeah, shogi is way better.
Yeah. Wait,
So,
no, that's not what I mean.
that's what I found out, Rashawn. And I know you hate that guy.
The bottle did go missing.
Yeah, that.
Fuck you.
I know how much you hate PewDiePie.
Oh my god.
There's still
There's
no
a video
evidence
of
that has anything to do
PewDiePie
with this
making his
case.
chair dance and saying, "Stop it! It's not correct making the chair dance."
Chair
That
dance?
bottle could have disappeared
Yeah,
any
you know how
time before the
DSP
murder.
every time he gets on his computer, his chair.
I mean the Snort Burnell, yeah, the Snort Burnell, yeah.
No. Every time he goes on his computer, like
No.
the last time he
Clear
went
that the
in
missing
there,
bottle
the chair,
is
yeah.
connected to this case.
yeah, he was doing it, and then he like, no, just stop.
How is it
This
clear?
makes you look like a.
Because you're a retard.
Did they put DSP on it though?
Think
He
about what
put a
state the
pic.
missing bottle must have been in. Maybe then you'll
But
understand.
I think he removed the picture because he doesn't want to get.
Yeah.
Yo, Rashan.
Mm.
Rate tank out of 10.
What the fuck?
Gay.
No, I'm still seeing our player, you fucking idiot, and that's
The
gay.
bottle
eligible.
must have been broken.
What makes you
Like,
so sure?
why you guys? I'm not talking about looks or
Because there was
appearance or
evidence
how
at the
good it
scene
can
that
fuck.
supports it.
I'm asking about rate tank as a friend.
Still a CNR player, still
So it's
ineligible.
not a rating
Is this
system,
the-
it's
That's
just an
right.
opinion.
We found evidence that shows there was more
Right.
than just
CNR,
one broken
same
bottle at
thing.
the scene.
Yo, don't make me rape you out of 10. Everything.
What is this
You
evidence?
see, this is the reason why nobody wants to do with your rating system. You turn it to be homosexual.
Yeah, you know what? Nobody wants to do my rating system because the guys can't count. Instead of saying 9, Russian says 6 out of 10. Oh, this girl is 6 out of 10. He says he's supposed to say 9 out of 10. He's so illiterate.
You want people to rate your dirty slut hood rats a 10 out of 10.
Yo,
You know
is
the
Sierra
girl-
a hood rat?
Earlier,
Even though they've been passed around, like they've been on
Is Sierra passed around?
We compared the weight of the broken
I
bottle
could say,
pieces at the scene to one of the unbroken bottles.
An Amtrak, you know, an Amtrak train.
The Colin Kaepernick girl that you were posting did get passed around.
Oh, Brittany Renner, yo, she bad.
Was that the collection of pieces
Yeah, but she
was
got
heavy.
passed around though.
And the reason for
No,
that
she
is
passed. No, like she make guys do whatever they want.
there was actually more than one
Okay, so
bottle's
she
worth of
passed
shattered
down herself,
glass.
Yeah, like, yo, anyway.
So from this, we can surmise that 2 bottles were actually broken at the scene of the crime. But someone did their best to clean up the pieces of one of the bottles, along with the figure inside. But when they did, they must have left behind a few too many pieces. Which is only natural. They certainly had no way to measure the exact right number of pieces to remove.
But why would they have to try and get rid of it like that anyway?
Because of what it would reveal about the case. I got it! The bottle that was removed from the scene was used the second time Sakura was attacked.
The second wound on Sakura's head came from that second bottle. Given all the evidence, this is the only possible conclusion.
That's your point.
The killer wanted to make it look like there was only one attack, so they had to get rid of their evidence.
Thanks for the 25-bit cheer, Steve.
From there, we can conclude that it wasn't Hiro who delivered that
cheer.
second blow.
Yeah, knock that subscribe button, snort.
Wouldn't you agree, Toko? And there's the matter of the magazine. You must have been in the rec room when the incident took place.
Wait! I admit, maybe there was a second attack, but there's no evidence I had anything to do with it.
No way! You killed her! I'm sure of it!
Shut up! Until 2 seconds ago, you were claiming you killed her!
I'm not afraid to admit when I'm wrong. That's just the kind of guy I am. Plus, I just remembered something that proves it.
Okay, fine. Let's hear it.
It was right after I got Ogre's note. I was kind of nervous about it, so I went to the rec room early. You know, to stake it out or whatever. So I was waiting there, and that's when I saw her. I saw Toko go into the rec room. Pretty soon, Ogre showed up, and she went into the rec room. I assumed Toko was still in there, so I figured everything would be okay. That's why I headed in. But when I got inside, Ogre was all alone. Toko had disappeared.
And you just now decided to share that with us?
After the shock of thinking I'd killed someone, I forgot all about it.
Could someone tighten the screws on his brain? I think they've come loose.
So, Toko, where the heck did you disappear to?
You don't know what you're talking about. I never went in the rec room.
I'm sure she didn't disappear, but maybe she found somewhere to hide.
What? Hiding in the rec room? Don't be ridiculous. Whoa. Why are you all ganging up on me? You're all nothing but
Human form of vermin. Ah, Jesus Christ. He's missed it. Bullet time back.
It's a lie! I admit nothing. I hate you. I curse you. No, no, no! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. I curse you. hate you!
Oh, yeah?
No! That's enough! I admit nothing. I curse you. That's enough!
This should prove it. Did you know someone left a handprint behind on the inside of the locker?
Polaris ran out of energy.
They must have been hiding in there and put their hand on the wall without thinking.
Yes.
Does this handprint look familiar, Toko?
No, it doesn't.
Okay then, let's just compare it to your hand, shall we? That'll clear everything up, right?
Stop wasting my time. Just tell us the truth.
Okay, it's my handprint.
Dang! She just straight up admitted it!
Then you killed Sakura!
No! I swear, there's no way!
Out with it.
I probably did kill her.
Straight up again!
Wait, what do you mean probably?
Give us the details, Toko. What happened between you and Sakura?
Talk. Now.
After I read Sakura's note, I decided to go there early, so I went into the rec room. I didn't know what she might do if I didn't go, but I was too scared to face her head on. So I figured I'd just sneak in first and hide in the locker.
Then, did you see what happened? Did you see me hit her?
Yes, and I saw you write my name. I saw you forge her dying message.
Well, that's awkward.
So after he left, I jumped out of the locker and put the magazine back on the shelf.
But when you did, you put it back upside down.
I didn't mean to. I was in a hurry.
Imbeciles, all of you.
Forget all that. Why did you attack Sakura?
After I put the magazine back, I heard a sound behind me like a monster growling. And when I turned around...
Hey, there's a game on.
Sakura, covered in blood and staring right at me. When I saw all that blood, I fainted right there in front of the magazines. I don't remember what happened after that.
Like,
Wanna know more?
No, it's all those, like, Polaris will say those sub-cons versus Utah Jazz.
Oh shit, that's a good game.
Guess who's back?
Gordon Hayward playing his old team.
It was your fault after all!
My fault, Master's fault. When our faults combine, they soar to even greater heights.
Just answer the question. Did you kill Sakura?
Well, to be honest, Miss Morose and me don't actually share our memories. So I can't really say what was going on. But I was just minding my own business, sleeping peacefully when someone shook me awake. Was it a prince paying me a visit? I wondered. So I opened my eyes to see... splatter everywhere! I was not prepared for that. And, well, I guess it took me by surprise. I got so startled, I smacked her with the first thing I could find, which I guess was a bottle. Sakura was just worried about you, and you're terrible! No, she's terrible! Thanks to her, I murdered someone who wasn't an adorable boy for the first time ever!
And when it was all over, you collected the pieces of the bottle to get rid of the evidence, didn't you?
I wasn't about to die for some woman! If I'm gonna go down, I want it to be for killing Master!
Just go away and die your meaningless death alone. Don't drag me into it.
But I just can't catch a break, you know? Fate's got it out for me. Cause normally, Sakura Sakura should have been able to dodge my attack, no problem!
Even as strong as she is, she must have still been reeling from Hiro's attack.
Hey, come on! That's... you know... But anyway, I'm not the one that killed Ogre! So that's good!
Well then,
Yeah.
that's that!
Fuck
Let's start the vote!
the Patriots. Fuck the Mets. Fuck the Yankees.
Fuck you.
Fuck the Celtics.
Listen, alright. When the Celtics played the Bulls
What's
about
wrong?
to get stomped.
Come on, everyone, we're ready to vote, right? Let's do
Bulls
this!
gonna get stomped, and we're not
You
even
mean
gonna
tomorrow?
play. Really?
No, not quite yet.
Tomorrow Saturday, right?
I don't know, but we're not gonna have a center that says no homo and gets fined 25K when this time the Celtics will beat them.
Not yet? Why not yet?
Wait, who is he with? That guy that said no homo?
The Nuggets.
Don't you think there was something odd about Toko's story? I mean, you had to have noticed.
Odd? Huh?
He's like the best center in the NBA, man.
Hiro's attack, and then Toko's, but that still wasn't the end of it. Tell us your story one more time. Tell us what happened after you fainted. Then even this gaggle of idiots should understand what I'm talking about.
Your wish is my command, darling!
Fucking flashes like, but you can't say shit in football because oh man.
The deuce.
Hey, we're still good.
I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there in front of me. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
And you were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf! I was just sleeping peacefully, and all of a sudden, Sakura was right there. I remember waking up right in front of the magazine shelf.
You were taken by surprise when you saw Ogre covered in blood. So you smashed her head in with the Monokuma bottle?
You got it! I smashed her good!
And where did the attack take place?
Right where I woke up! I killed her there in front of the shelf!
No, it's wrong!
Get that ass banned.
We found Sakura sitting upright in a chair.
Nobody. Just saying. I think Tevin's streaming DSP
If the
right
blow
now.
by the shelf was the cause of death, there's no explanation why she was in that chair.
So, you finally noticed.
That's just another lie from a bloodthirsty serial killer.
Are you sure you didn't attack her while she was sitting in the chair?
No, I'm sure she's telling the truth. Anyone who saw the murder scene should think the same way.
I got it! Sakura was definitely attacked in front of the shelf. The blood stain by the magazines is proof of that.
Then she must have moved the body after she killed her, right? All to make it look like I did it. Because when I hit her, she was sitting in the chair.
Hey, come on now, look at me! I can't carry anything heavier than my own scissors!
It's good too.
There's no way I could move a muscle-bound heavyweight like that!
Then what's the deal?
Well, are you still convinced the case has come to an end?
But...
Plus, the biggest mystery of all, the locked room, still has yet to be explained. Until we take care of that, we can't say this case has been properly settled.
Oh, that part's easy. After she killed Sakura, Toko just hid in the locker again.
So she just hid in there till everyone showed up and opened the door? And while everything was all confused and hectic, she just snuck out of the locker into the group.
No, I don't think that's possible. I got it! Even before we open the door to the rec room, Hina and I both got a look inside. And at that point, the locker was already open. So obviously Toko couldn't have been hiding in there.
Okay then, where was she hiding?
I don't know! What's this whole locked room thing about anyway?
How do you not know? You killed her!
I think the fact that I don't know proves I didn't kill her, thank you very much. You're lying!
No, she's not. I've been saying all along, there's still more to this case.
But if Genocide Jill didn't do it, that means Ogre didn't die from the shot to the head.
Well, I can't imagine what else could have killed her.
That's because you're overlooking vital information.
So... You dumb bitch.
Did you call me?
What was it that killed
Are you
Ogre?
Belarus?
If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was
Okay
it?
then, you're not a...
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head. So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
What? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her head.
Hey.
The CNR news.
Shoot!
What was
Oh wait,
it that killed Ogre?
you streaming this, you
If
piece
it
of
wasn't
shit?
from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
I'm the guy.
I mean the gay.
There's no other
Excuse me?
possible cause. What killed Sakura?
You
I
mean the
can't
gay?
think of anything other than the shot to her head.
He, that's you.
So you're dead set on blaming me, huh?
What was it that killed Ogre? If it wasn't from Genocide Jill's attack, then what was it?
There's no other possible cause. What killed Sakura? I can't think of anything other than the shot to her.
Yeah.
No, it's wrong.
Yeah. GGZ. Yeah.
According to the Monokuma file,
The
Sakura had vomited blood.
Don't talk about yourself like that.
I think we can assume there's a
my
chance
name's
this
not
was
Rashawn,
related
so
to her
no.
cause of death.
I got.
In fact, there was even a trace of blood left around her mouth.
Well, I mean, maybe when she got hit with the bottles, she cut the inside of her mouth.
If that's all it was, the file wouldn't have specified vomited blood. Not to mention, I didn't find any cuts inside her mouth.
You even checked in there? God, you really are into dead bodies!
No, I'm not into dead bodies. What I'm into is solving mysteries.
But if there wasn't a cut or anything, then what made her vomit blood?
Some sort of reaction within her body. Most likely.
What kind of homo is in your stream right now?
Sakura was
you
poisoned.
call them homos?
Poisoned?
Okay. Who you calling a homo?
That's right. This is the conclusion I've arrived at, and so there can be no mistake.
This is 2018, bro. Just like punching feminists. You can't do that stuff.
You're making me go all weak in the knees! She was poisoned?
Oh, I thought you were streaming it,
It isn't
dumbass.
possible!
Yeah.
Is it really so hard to believe?
Yeah.
Then let me explain exactly how the culprit was able to poison her.
On that stream slip.
Explain it?
Of course, if you don't mind.
Everyone quiet! Shut up and listen to Master!
I didn't get the notification though.
But you're
It's
the
'cause
only one
your eye
talking.
gay fucked up.
The key to unlocking this mystery was hiding in the chem lab up on the 4th
Your
floor.
eye gay fucked up, man.
Not in the rec room? Then I could have found it all along.
You never would have, since you gave up on the search the moment you were barred from the crime scene.
Well, yeah, good point.
There's a big shelving unit in the chem lab that houses a variety of mixtures and chemicals. And that's where I found this.
Is that the poison?
It's not an especially powerful poison, but it'll still kill you if you drink an entire bottle. But the specific properties don't matter. What does matter is where I found it.
Where'd you find it?
The shelf is divided up into 3 sections, A, B, and C. In Section A, dietary supplements. In B, reagents. And in C, a variety of lethal chemicals.
Get that ass.
And that's where the poison came from? Section G?
Well,
TG's right there.
that's the question, isn't it?
If you want an explanation, rewind the stream. I ain't gonna say it again, man. Shucks. Cox.
I got it! The poison was actually in Section A, wasn't it?
You just said that Section A was for supplements or whatever.
Strange, isn't it? Why would there be a bottle of poison mixed in with all those nutritional additives?
Yeah, so? Why?
Because the culprit switched it out. That's why.
What do you mean?
I mean, this.
Huh? Master!
Ugh, that tastes awful.
Oh no! Master's in real trouble! You have to drink some water! You can't just swallow powder! It'll stick to your throat!
Idiot! He just swallowed poison! We need to make him spit it out!
The flavor certainly makes me want to spit it out. What's so high quality about this stuff?
Huh? What are you talking about?
I'm talking about the protein, of course.
Protein?
Can I see that bottle for a second?
Sure. Do whatever you like.
It's protein powder.
Correct. That wasn't poison in the bottle, but harmless protein powder. Which makes one wonder, the poison that should have been in that bottle, where did it go?
Cox was this? Star of David. Shitcocks. never get the right letters.
Now I understand!
What a piece of snit.
The poison must have been poured into the protein can. If the protein's in the poison bottle, it seems only logical to assume the reverse is true,
did you get a
right?
visit from those Italian fags?
Absolutely. The contents of each container were switched.
Not yet, did you?
They're trying to play clean
So the
now.
protein was in the bottle of poison, and the poison was in the protein.
You're trying to play team now, huh?
Yeah, they were cheating for a long
Once you accept that, it becomes obvious how the culprit was able to get Sakura to drink the poison.
Just like the Patriots.
All they had to do was hand her something there at the scene, and she was happy to drink the poison herself.
What?
You're playing hentai.
What?
You are playing hentai.
What?
Walk off!
I got it!
What?
You're saying they gave her a protein drink,
We didn't
right?
say it.
Run.
A protein drink which actually contained a deadly poison.
What?
That's all it took to kill Sakura. That is the true cause of death.
You know? I do remember Ogre saying the protein stuff was good for all kinds of aches and pains.
What?
So maybe she took it to try and help with the whole bleeding head
I was
wound
in
thing.
Vega.
What?
I was in Vega and Vega liked it. What was in the
But
book?
what was offered to her instead was a bottle full of poison.
In the book. I said
And I already know exactly who swapped the mixtures.
I said I want in the book.
For real? Who was it?
You want to do it in the
Evidence revealing who replaced the two materials was left in the chem lab for anyone to see.
I got it!
It's pretty evil,
Footprints
man.
left behind in front of the shelf.
You want to listen to Samuel?
That's the evidence you're talking about,
Kinda
isn't it?
cool, yes. Kinda cool, isn't it?
I visited the chem lab this morning, and there were definitely no footprints there at that point. They must have appeared around the time of the murder, which leaves no doubt that they're connected. What's more, the footprints were in front of Section A, where I found the bottle meant for the poison. The culprit must have gone to Section A to swap the poison and protein, leaving their footprints behind. And given how clear the prints were, figuring out who they belong to will pose no problem. All we have to do is check everyone's footprints right now. Then we'll see who...
It was me.
What you gonna get me for
The
Christmas?
footprints. They're mine.
A better name.
Hina?
What nigga?
A better name.
I think your name should be
If you're all
Big
gonna
Boy.
find out anyway,
That's already the name of the Outcast rapper.
I'd rather you hear it straight from me, you
Well,
know?
Big Daddy.
Ogre's killer was...
Why not?
Yep. I did it. I killed Sakura.
Just as I suspected. The footprints were made by a pair of sneakers. There was no mistaking it. And the only people here who wear sneakers are...
I got it! Me and Hina are the only ones. Oh, so Byakuya. That explains why you...
If the footprints didn't belong to Makoto, that left only one other possibility.
Just Hina.
Plus, Hina's been acting strange ever since the trial began. You were in an awful rush to get to the vote, weren't you? This whole time, you've been focused on pinning the crime on someone else, haven't you?
I can't believe it.
What about it can't you believe?
Well, it's just... the two of them were so close.
That's likely exactly why it turned out this way. Because they were so close, Sakura didn't think twice about it when Hina handed her the concoction.
Yeah, man. Polaris
Hina used that trust to kill her.
Aga. Big Aga.
She deceived the victim, and she tried to deceive all of us. I have to say, Hina, coming from you, this was a particularly nasty little scheme.
Discord name is like Big Faggy or something. You don't even accept Polaris anymore. So Polaris is not your name.
Hina, is it true? Did you really kill Sakura? And if you did, why? Why would you do that?
I found her. There in the rec room. She was hurt. She asked me to bring her that protein drink. But when I went to get the powder from the chem lab, it just occurred to me all of a sudden.
Now's my chance to kill her. That's what you thought, right? That's when you switched out the protein powder, and that's when you gave her the poisoned mixture.
And then she downed it. All at once. And then...
Hold it! I'm not convinced.
You're not about to claim she wouldn't kill a close friend, are you? You still don't get it, do you? The game we're playing here isn't so kind. Honeyed words like friendship don't matter here. What matters is outwitting the opponent, defeating them. Not a person alive would sacrifice themselves for another. In the end, we're all in it for ourselves. Just like how this girl sacrificed Sakura to save herself.
You say that, but I'm still not convinced.
How many times do you plan to repeat yourself?
Don't misunderstand me. I'm not saying it because of some misguided sentimentalism. But there's still that one unsolved mystery, and I'm not convinced.
Are you talking about the locked room problem?
Hina, if you really are the killer, explain it. How did you create that locked room?
Well... that doesn't matter. Just because I'm guilty, that means I have to tell you everything?
No, it doesn't. But the fact that you won't tell us concerns me.
Surely you're not... Do you honestly think Hina didn't actually kill her?
And if I do?
Impossible. She switched out the mixtures. She's the culprit. There's no way you can doubt this.
Are you sure about that? Even ignoring the fact that I don't want to believe it, it just doesn't fit.
What the shit?
I mean, why would someone leave such a clear clue like a footprint?
And Duke sucks.
It's too obvious. Too easy.
Like Kentucky.
It makes it look like you wanted people to suspect you.
Duke is as bad as Kentucky.
That was... I was just... nervous.
Duke just played a shit team and beat them.
I didn't notice I'd left a footprint.
That's all it is.
Duke beat themselves.
You didn't notice?
Yep, shit team beat shit team. And soon they're gonna notice that they're shit themselves.
Yeah, that's just how it was. What can I do?
Listen, Hina. Could you go into a bit more detail? Tell us more about when you switched the poison and the protein.
How come? That doesn't matter.
Hina, please. I'd like to know too.
Fine.
Waste your time if you like. It's clear that Hina is the culprit. There's nobody else to suspect. Nobody else could have possibly done it.
Go ahead, Hina. Start from the moment you arrived at the chem lab.
Well, right away I went to Section C and got the poison.
And is that when you spilled the powder in front of that part of the shelf?
Yeah. When I opened the bottle, I dropped it like an idiot.
I see. Okay then, go on.
So then I moved to Section A and got the protein powder, and that's where I switched them. Once I was done with that, I took the protein can that had the poison in it and left the room. But I accidentally put the bottle filled with protein powder back on the wrong shelf. And because of that, everything I did got found out. And that's it.
That story you just told. First you went to Section C to get the poison, then moved to Section A to get the protein, right? Meaning you went from Section C to Section A. Do I have that correct?
Yeah.
Can you repeat that series of events one more time?
What's wrong with you, Big Mac? You're being awfully pushy.
It's the same thing no matter how many times you hear it. How long until you're satisfied?
Just gotta agree.
First, that's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I...
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A. And that's where I switched the powders. Once I was done switching them, I put the bottle filled with the protein powder back in Section A. Then I took the bottle with the poison in it and left the chem lab. That's all there is to it.
Honestly, that's enough. How much longer must we tolerate this?
What?
First I went to Section C. That's when I grabbed the poison.
And you spilled some of the powder on the ground in front of the shelf.
Yeah. When I grabbed the bottle, I dropped it.
Okay, and then?
I moved from Section C to Section A.
No, that's wrong!
Easy.
You said you went to get the poison from Section C, and that's where you spilled the powder, right?
Yeah? What about it?
And after that, you said you moved from Section C to Section A to get the protein. But the footprints left at the scene were not moving from Section C to Section A. That contradicts what you just said.
Then maybe she moved in some weird direction on purpose to disguise her movements?
No, that can't be it. Remember what Hina just said?
What the? Hina, what's the meaning of this?
Well...
You lied to us. Plain and simple. If you look at the footprints, Your movements in the chem lab are obvious. The powder had already been spilled when you came in, and you went straight to Section A. So you never went to Section C. Whatever you did there, it only involved Section A.
Well, you see...
What the hell? What's going on here?
And the footprints aren't the only problem with her account.
What?
Before I explain that part, I'd like to submit some new evidence.
New evidence? Impossible, there can't be.
Are you sure? After all, you're the one that gave it to me.
I did?
It was hidden inside the bottle of poison you gave me. I'm amazed you, of all people, would miss such a vital clue. A truly grave oversight.
Yes.
People getting their throats almost cut off, man.
Say it already! What is it you think you found?
I found this.
No, in hockey.
It had sunk to the bottom of the bottle. And the hidden clue was exposed, thanks to you ingesting the powder. I couldn't have solved the mystery without you. So, thank you for that.
But, what is it?
Oh, you still don't realize? Well then. Makoto, why don't you explain it?
Huh? Me?
Fine. If you really do know, explain the meaning of that shard of glass.
I got it! It's part of the window from the rec room door, right?
The window?
The window we broke to get in was light blue, just like that. So I think that must be it.
You're right. It must be. Of course, that leads to another question. How did a shard of glass from the window get inside this bottle of poison?
What's so strange about that?
What's strange is that, according to what Hina told us,
English. Forgot the question. It's bad English.
I got it! The bottle of poison was left on the shelf in the chem lab. That is what you said, right, Hina? And yet, somehow a piece of glass from the rec room window made its way into the bottle.
Everything Hina told us was a lie?
In reality, that bottle of poison most definitely found its way to the rec room. It was there at least until the window got broken. In other words, when the locked room was unlocked. There's no other way to explain the presence of that glass in that bottle.
And then, once the room was opened, the bottle somehow got moved back to the shelf in the chem lab. Meanwhile, the protein can we found at the crime scene was planted there. That had to be after the locked room was opened. In other words, after Sakura died.
Wait, hold on. You're moving too fast. I'll grant you, the bottle of poison may well have been in the rec room when it was locked. But how can you say the protein can was put there after the room was unlocked? We already know she was given the protein can with the poison inside, right?
Damn.
If that can wasn't there when she died, how did she get poisoned?
You're right. We do need to explain that. But before we do, there's something I'd like to confirm with everyone here.
Huh?
It has to do with the protein can. After Sakura's body was discovered, did anyone move it or trip over it or anything like that?
What are you talking about? Is this some kind of loaded question?
Not at all. Just answer to the best of your ability.
Well, no, not that I remember.
Yeah, me either.
Not me.
Same here. Yeah, me either.
Okay then, that settles it. That proves that the protein can found its way to the murder scene after the room was opened.
Oh, come on! How can you say that? How can you know what I don't know?
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be.
It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
Shitcocks.
Shoot!
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be!
It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
Hey!
Shoot!
Yeah.
When it comes to that protein... There's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room... It absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be! It was in there before the rec room was unlocked!
Okay, confused. Very confused. Oh, cocks.
When it comes to that protein can, there's not a doubt in my mind. Until the locked room was unlocked, it absolutely was not in there.
So you're saying someone planted it there after we got the door open?
No. No, that's impossible! It had to have been in there the whole time! It had to be!
It was in there before the rec room was
unlocked!
What is that? No, what's wrong? What is that? You remember how there was broken glass scattered all around the room, right? I knew that.
Of course! It came from the window you broke to get in. What about it?
Valeris is a faggot.
Well, those pieces weren't just scattered around the
We all know that.
He's a big faggot.
We also found pieces underneath the can.
The biggest faggot.
What?
And this proves it. It shows that the can must have been put down on the floor
You're the
after
biggest
the window
fuck.
was broken. So it had to be after we got into the room.
I see. So that's your explanation. Kyoko, earlier when you asked if anyone had moved the can or tripped over it...
If that were the case, that would explain the can being on top of the glass.
So you asked everyone about it to eliminate that possibility right out of the gate.
And that's made everything clear, hasn't it? As long as it was a locked room, it only contained the bottle of poison, and not the protein can. But once the room was opened up, they were switched, and as a result, the protein can wound up in the rec room, and the bottle of poison returned to the chem lab.
If that's all true, then why did Sakura drink the poison? I thought we all agreed she was tricked into drinking it because of the protein can.
No, that's not why. The only explanation is she drank it from its original bottle, knowing exactly what it was.
Precisely. She was alone in a locked room. All she had was the poison. What other possibility is there?
You're saying she drank it knowing what it was?
I think Valerius fell asleep.
Such a ridiculous fiction is...
His energy went away.
Exactly what happened.
What a cocksucker.
Then tell us already! Sorry. Please, tell us.
Before we get to that, we need to clarify one other thing. We need to establish who exactly got the poison from the chem lab and took it to the rec room.
It was Hina, right? She took it and gave it to Ogre.
What do you think, Makoto?
What? Whoops.
Shoot!
Shit, cocks.
I got it! I think it was Sakura herself.
Huh? So Sakura, who was apparently murdered, just poisoned herself? What are you talking about? There's no way!
On the contrary, we know for a fact she went to the chem lab, right to the section full of poisons.
You're lying! Stop lying! Why? Why would you lie like that?
Valerius is like the fucking... the version of Ricardo, I guess I could say Valerius.
This is a big cocksucker. Not cocks in the bullet time, though.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison?
Cocks.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the poison? You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you!
Cacete, filho da puta. Pariu, galera. Meu Deus. Muito ruim. Xande. Então eu vou passar aqui. Caralho. No, stop. Wow.
I refuse to give up yet.
There it is. That was completely fucked. No, stop. Whoa.
You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! You're a liar! Wrong! You're wrong! I hate you! You're a liar! I'm telling you, I did it! I hate you! You're a liar! What are you saying? Wrong! You're wrong! Just let it end already! Do you have any kind of proof Sakura took the—
This should prove it!
Of course, the last option. It's fucking cocks, man.
Hina, did you know that Sakura's foot had a certain yellow powder stuck to it?
It did?
It did. The same yellow powder that had been spilled by the shelf in the chem lab.
Fucking cocks.
That powder was yellow, wasn't it? So the powder we found on Sakura, what else could it be but the powder from the chem lab?
Wait. So, what was that powder doing on Ogre's foot?
And it was only on her instep, right?
Sakura must have been standing right there where the powder was spilled. So the person who spilled the powder by the shelf wasn't Hina, but Sakura. And when Sakura dropped the bottle, she dropped it away from where she was actually standing, which is how she was able to avoid getting it all over herself. But the powder still got scattered around, and some of it must have wound up on her instep.
Is
there any problem with my thinking?
But why did Sakura pay a visit to Section C in the
You know
first
that.
place? The only explanation is that she was looking for poison. After all, that's all that section contained.
No! It was me! The poison! Because I killed her!
No, you didn't kill her. Here's my answer. The one who killed Sakura was Sakura herself.
She does.
What? The killer was Sakura?
Wait, so you're saying it was suicide?
I don't believe it. I don't believe it any more than I believe I can fly.
I can't believe it either. Or rather, I don't want to believe it. But when you really think about it, everything matches up. Sakura went and got the poison. She barricaded herself in a room, and she drank it. All so she could end her own life. And that explains why we couldn't solve the mystery of the locked room. I got it! The locked room mystery was created by Sakura.
I'm sure she locked herself in so nobody could stop her from doing what she did. She sat there, drank the poison, and breathed her last breath. And the empty bottle of poison rolled around the locked room until we came and opened it. At that point, someone grabbed the bottle and snuck it out of the room. And that was you, wasn't it, Hina? You did it to throw off the investigation, didn't you?
I don't know if we should start
when we found her body, you
or...
stayed right there near the door. Because you already knew Sakura was dead.
Saturday, get that snip done.
And because the bottle of poison had rolled near the doorway.
Shout out to all my fucking leads in YouTube.
That's when you picked up the bottle, right?
Yes.
I was too shocked to notice anything. And Kyoko was busy checking the body.
And the more I think about it, the more I realize how unusual your actions were.
Started watching pre-2000 animes that were made in 1995, 1996, 1998.
You said you were going to go get everyone else.
All
but your real intention was to go to the chem lab and switch out the containers, wasn't it? Once you were at the chem lab, you headed straight to the section where the protein powder was kept. There, you took the powder and poured it into the bottle of poison you'd grabbed from the rec room. When you left the lab, all you had was the empty protein can. Thinking about it like that, the footprints make perfect sense.
When you were done, you gathered everyone together. And once you were back in the rec room...
Stupid.
Yes.
While everyone else was focused on Sakura, you quietly placed the can on the ground. Honestly, I should have noticed. You should have been the first one to run up to Sakura's lifeless body. The Hina I know never would have left her side in a situation like that.
So, Sakura committed suicide.
Cyber meme.
In order to hide this fact, Hina undertook a series of actions to undermine the investigation.
Cyber meme.
As long as you could disguise the truth,
Kind of a Mew meme
you didn't
too.
care if we blamed you for her death. That's why you didn't bother to get rid of such obvious evidence, right?
When you talk about suicide, it's a cyber and a Mew meme.
The footprints in the powder and the bottle of poison, vital
What's
pieces of
the feeling
evidence,
of
and yet...
It's
no idea.
So you're saying Hina
You
consciously
died, that's
deceived
it.
us to make it
Boy.
look like she killed Sakura?
Alive till I die.
No! I killed her! I did it!
That's enough, Hina. It's over.
It's not! Nothing's over!
It is! Actually, no. You're right. We have to end this properly.
This controller sucks my ass.
Well, you got one viewer in YouTube, so.
Yes. I'm that guy.
Time to go.
Here's exactly what happened. This case began when Sakura asked a number of people to meet her in the rec room. Specifically, those people were Hiro, Toko, and Byakuya.
Fucking wild.
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot.
Oh, come on.
Here's exactly what happened.
How was I supposed to know that?
But one of them headed out a bit earlier than the others, Toko. She got there one step ahead of everyone else and looked around for a good hiding spot. And she found it. She crawled into the locker to get out of sight. Then, from inside the locker, she saw Sakura enter the room. Next to arrive was Hiro. When he got there, he mistakenly thought Sakura was going to try to kill him, so he panicked. Without thinking, he grabbed a nearby Monokuma bottle and attacked Sakura with it. Thinking he'd killed her, he hastily began covering up his crime. He took a magazine from the table and forged a dying message from Sakura. To that end, he wrote down a name. Toko. By writing her name, he was hoping to pin the murder on her. But of course, Toko had witnessed the whole thing. So as soon as the coast was clear, she jumped out of the locker and hid the magazine on the shelf with all the others. But in her rush, she made one little mistake. She put the magazine back upside down. Soon after, she watched as Sakura slowly opened her eyes. She also saw the blood dripping off Sakura's head and fainted. This caused her personality to switch back over to Genocide Jack. When she woke back up, her second personality also saw the blood-soaked Sakura, and she freaked out. And just like Hiro, she grabbed another Monokuma bottle and attacked her. This explains why there were 2 wounds on Sakura's head. Assuming Sakura really was dead this time, she set about disposing of the evidence. She gathered up the broken Monokuma bottle shards and the queen chess piece. And that explains how Sakura was attacked twice with the same type of weapon. But even after those 2 blows, she was still alive. So then, what was Sakura's actual cause of death? It was the poison that Sakura herself got from the chem lab. She turned the rec room into a true locked room scenario, and then drank the deadly mixture. And there, she took her final breath. Later on, the rest of us discovered that her body was in there. We had to smash the door's window to get inside. But someone already knew what had happened, knew that she had committed suicide. And that same someone quietly snatched the bottle of poison from off the ground. And while nobody was looking, replaced it with an empty protein can. They did all this specifically to place all the suspicion on themselves, in an attempt to guide the trial to a false conclusion. And the one who went to all that effort was you, Hina. That's the full truth of the case. Sakura took her own life, and you claim to be the killer to hide that fact. Isn't that right?
That's what happened? But, Makoto, how did you manage to... How were you able to uncover the truth that even I couldn't discern?
Huh? Oh, well, I mean... You still haven't realized? We don't all act according to calculations and cost-benefit diagrams. That's what makes us so complicated. That's what you don't understand. And that's why you couldn't solve this case. See? Didn't I tell you? When you dismiss other people's feelings, it'll always come back to bite you in the end.
Wow, a C. What a cack.
Okay. I think we can all agree you made your point. Did you guys forget already? You still haven't voted yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
You seriously forgot? I can feel my energy draining out of me. Well, whatever. You don't really have a choice anyway. You just gotta do it. Maybe you don't want to, but please grab your lever and cast your vote. So, who will be chosen as the blackened? Will you make the right choice or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be? Okay. My entire existence!
What did you say? Come on. What are you thinking?
Don't be mean!
What is this? You should have been the one to die! What? What is this?
No forgiveness! I can't forgive this!
But...
Hina. They're friends.
Why? What are you saying? I won't forgive you. Why? Huh?
Hina. Hina.
Huh?
I have a favor to ask.
Huh?
Some protein.
Please! Why? 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 Why?
Hey! Hey! Hey!
What is this? What are you saying?
In other words, yes, indeed.
What the heck?
Of course. Yep. Too bad. It's true.
Huh? Huh?
Unbelievable. Well now, well now, well now, well now. Damn it! Pum pum! Phew! Shing!
And?
What are you gonna do? Hey! Hey! But hold on.
Enough already.
Yes, indeed.
As you know, I've been giving information to the one who's imprisoned you here. You see, the mastermind took control of my family's dojo and demanded I become their tool. I couldn't let it be destroyed under my watch, so even if it meant my own life, I had to protect it. That's how I saw things. And what the mastermind wanted from me was nothing less than murder. However, as I lived here with all of you, as I lived here with Hina, my resolve began to weaken. I cannot betray those who would call me their friend. I've made a decision. I will no longer retreat, no longer compromise, no longer regret. I've made my decision. I'm going to resist you. Of course, I understand if you all hate me. All of this is because of my own weakness. So this is my atonement for betraying you. That's what I had in mind. My own situation has started having an effect on more people than just me. Which is exactly what the Mastermind wanted when they revealed my betrayal. Of course, I'm still responsible for that as well. But I've decided the one I'm going to kill is myself. If it can save you, then sacrificing my own life could have no greater meaning. Whatever you think of me, please know that you are all my most treasured friends.
Huh? No way!
Correct. However,
finally, Hina, I want to apologize to you especially. I never saw you as my enemy. You were only ever my friend, who I wanted to help as much as possible. Hina, whatever it takes, survive. Survive along with everyone else. No matter what, just survive.
But...
What are you gonna do? Uh-oh. Too bad. Huh? Say what?
You know? Well?
Ooh-hoo. What? What do you want? How strange. Hey! Phew! Huh?
Naturally. Don't make me repeat myself.
What?
It's all clear now.
Hey.
What the heck?
You want me to punish you guys?
What? But...
Wrong! Listen up! Yahoo! Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
But still, I'm gonna do my best.
What's the matter?
Just as I thought.
Actually...
What are you thinking?
Yep. Phew. Hey,
I want to be able to help.
Very nice. Ba-bum, ba-bum. Well? Uh-huh.
What?
Yep.
Huh?
Hello.
Hina.
Too bad.
What?
You guys? Wah-wah? Well?
You.
Who?
Hey.
Yo! But...
Yes. Not possible. Stop talking.
Sorry.
No, 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 no!
What did you say?
What the heck?
I see.
No, 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 no! This is a school announcement. It is now 10 p.m. As such, it is officially nighttime. Soon the doors to the dining hall will be locked, and entry at that point is strictly prohibited. Okay then, sweet dreams, everyone. Good night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite.
Kyoko?
Yes, it's me.
Huh? Kyoko?
I said yes.
So Kyoko's here.
Wait, what?
It's true. Whew. Hey. Correct. Makoto. So... Goodbye.
Okay. Yes.